The Franklin County Sheriff has a plea to drivers: stop being an easy target to thieves.
A Louisville cab driver left paralyzed after a shooting says he's on a mission to end the violence. Delta Airlines outage highlights vulnerabilities of the airline industry. We'll have the latest on the computer outage.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office is warning people to lock their car doors after a recent rash of car break-ins.
They say there have been at least 5 thefts in the last few days in the Evergreen Estates and the Coolbrook subdivision. Kristen Kennedy is in Frankfort with the very latest on the investigation. It's our top story at 4:30.
The sheriff says he's looking at 10 car break-ins last week, 5 recently in this neighborhood.
People living in the Evergreen Estates and Coolbrook subdivision have dealt with quite a few thefts recently. The sheriff believes juveniles are going car door to car door, checking to see if any are unlocked.
We used to leave our cars unlocked and everything, but due to all the criminal activities around, we just don't trust it, and we just pull down to the bottom of the house at night.
Sheriff Pat Melton says thieves have taken everything from cash to purses, electronics, even a handgun from cars. He's asking people living in these 2 neighborhoods to use common sense.
Make sure you make yourself not to be a victim, and that's by, locking your car, taking your keys out, putting items in the trunk, or taking them in your house with you. Don't leave things sitting in your car that somebody could walk by and see that they may want to get.
The sheriff estimates the total number of car break-ins countywide recently at around 20. In Franklin County, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
The sheriff says they have some leads of who may be breaking into cars in the area. They're working with the Frankfort Police Department because they've experienced similar thefts. A delay today in the case against a 16-year-old Mercer County boy accused of killing his classmate. A judge rescheduled the hearing this morning for Trent Easterling after a request from his public defender. Police say Easterling shot 17-year-old Tristan Cole in April. Easterling is being tried as an adult. 2 others are charged in connection to the murder. A judge moved today's hearing until next month.
The Louisville Metro Police Department has released body camera video of an officer-involved shooting. Louisville's police chief says he wants to operate with full transparency, so he put the video on the police department's YouTube channel. The shooting happened in southwest Louisville early yesterday morning. Officers say the man at the scene was armed. Officers say they told the man to drop his weapon. When he did not drop his weapons, officers fired. Here's that moment caught on the officer's body cam. We do want to warn you that you might find this video disturbing.
Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop it.
Later in the video, a bystander asked officers why they did not help the man. Officers said that they had an ambulance on the way, but the man died at the scene. 2 of the officers involved are now on administrative leave. Now, 6 weeks after he was gunned down in West Louisville, a cab driver's telling his story, and not just to the media.
Yeah, today that cab driver met with those holding Kentucky's highest offices on a mission to end the violence. David Scott reports.
Abdirahman Mohammed relived that horrifying and senseless moment in late June when he responded to 30-second inhale for someone needing a cab.
When I got there, he came to my door and I said, "Oh, is your name Jaden?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Come on in, let's go." He started shooting me with no question.
Mohammed came to the U.S. in 2007 to escape the civil war in his native Somalia. June's shooting was the second for him since living in Louisville. He says if he knew the violence he would face here, he would have stayed in Somalia.
I won't even think in my life that in America that you will get shot while you are not even doing something stupid like drug deal or something like that. I'm a father, I got 4 children, I'm a hard worker, working for my kids.
Mohammed's story has now caught the attention of Governor Matt Bevin and Lieutenant Governor Janine Hampton. On Monday, they met with Abdi at the Fraser Rehab Center, where he was moved 2 weeks ago. Bevin says it's time to try to solve the incredible violence the state is facing, and it starts with a dialogue and getting everyone involved.
We're not looking for a Band-Aid. We're not looking for some quick, lip gloss to put on this. We're looking for what are the real underlying systemic issues within our community.
While his spinal cord injury is called severe and hopes of him ever walking again bleak, Muhammad says he's focused on getting better and providing for his family. He says he doesn't think fellow cabbies should stop working in West Louisville, but he is calling for police to provide them more protection.
Someone need a cab ride, give to them. But ask the government to get more protect, because that's what you deserve.
Well, that gunman is still on the loose. Yellow Cab is offering a $12,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Tomorrow is the first day of school for students across the Bluegrass, but many districts are scrambling to find bus drivers to get those students to class. In Jessamine County, they're still looking to hire 8 to 10 drivers for their fleet. Despite the shortage, Transportation Director Chris Bellman says they'll make sure students are picked up and dropped off no matter what.
When we are short a driver or two, we're able to split routes sometimes where another driver who has one particular route is still able to cover another route and do extra work. So we do that on an almost daily basis. We'll cover them with office staff and mechanical shop staff if needed, but we'll have plenty to get everybody home.
We'll explain the requirements needed along with the benefits of becoming a bus driver. That's coming up tonight on WKYT at 6. Well, if you're sending those kids out the door tomorrow, you want to maybe send them with an umbrella.
That's because we have daily chances of rain and even some storms in the forecast, which could cause some flash flooding. Let's check in now with our meteorologist, Jim Caldwell. Hi, Jim.
And guys, you're right. You know, heavy rains have already been with us forever. And now we are dealing with very saturated ground. So when you get heavy rain showers and thunderstorms like we have out there again today, it can easily kind of tip the bucket into the favorable direction of flash flooding, and that's where we can end up going here with some of the thunderstorms that we have set up today and in the coming days. You see plenty of little heavy rainmakers, one here in Lexington right over Masterson Station, up around the Horse Park, back to Keeneland, out toward the airport, and we are dealing with plenty of heavy rain essentially on the north and west side of town. Now we go just to our east, Montgomery County, Mount Sterling, been picking up on some really heavy rain over the past little bit here. Look at that lightning as well showing up. So getting more on the active side with that thunderstorm. Let's get into Scott County. Heavy rain along 62 there, just outside the Toyota plant. You can see that, so to kind of give you a general area of where we're talking about the heavy rain. We're going to be talking about it all over the place in the coming days. Muggy air is here. That muggy air is going to feed these showers and thunderstorms. That means that they're going to remain active each and every single day here from today deep into next week, when another system will pick up and kind of take over. And heavy rain producing thunderstorms, that's what each one of these can likely do in the coming days. Overall, the general rainfall forecast from right now to next week, anywhere between 1 and 3 inches. But here's the catch. In a setup like this, any single thunderstorm can produce that amount in just a couple of hours or less. We'll break it all down a little more in detail coming up for you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Jim. Delta Airlines canceling 500 more flights today after a power outage early yesterday morning knocked its computers offline.
As Chris Van Cleve reports, computer systems for the airline industry are older than some planes themselves.
The outage disabled Delta's flight status alerts.
We found out there were 4 hours delayed.
Airport monitors incorrectly listed flights as on time. The delays and cancellations prompted an apology from Delta's CEO.
It's a all-hands-on-deck effort.
Delta's network outage raises questions about the reliability of computer systems used by airlines, which are not regulated by the FAA. Last year, United and American both suffered computer problems. In July, a faulty router forced Southwest to ground flights, a disruption that lasted days.
They're running on a reservation system that is more than 35 years old.
Airlines now rely on computers to handle pretty much everything from reservations and seat assignments to how much fuel and snacks to load on a plane. Harteveld says Delta has been rebuilding its core technologies for more than 6 months. The airline industry generally has reliable systems, but portions can be decades old.
Airlines are technology companies that fly airplanes. Their technology systems have to be as reliable as their aircraft.
The Department of Transportation tells CBS News it is having discussions with Delta about the outage and continues to monitor the situation. The airline is offering compensation for people who have had canceled flights or delays of more than 3 hours in the form of a $200 flight voucher. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Reagan National Airport, Virginia.
The airline canceled nearly 900 flights Monday. Experts say travelers should expect delays into tomorrow. We checked with Bluegrass Airport and found so far 2 flights to and from Atlanta have been canceled.
A classic Disney film re-released. A sneak peek of Pete's Dragon coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
We've been tracking numerous showers and thunderstorms across central and eastern Kentucky, and many of those are heavy rain producers, all thanks to the setup of the tropical air that is paying us a visit right now. And we're looking to the outside here in Lexington, still tracking some of that rain. You can see it. I'll even turn the camera a little more so you can see it as it's kind of adjusted toward the north, a little bit more of town. That's where the heaviest concentration of it is located. So there you see it. And this is where it's been for a little while now. So there's the cloud, there's a shower off in the distance, good heavy rain, steady rain producer as well. We're at 80 degrees now because it's also raining around the airport, so the temperature's cooled tremendously compared to where it was a little while ago. But it feels like temperature is still fighting, man. It is up there. 85 is what it feels like outside right now with that 85% level of relative humidity. Scattered showers and thunderstorms all across Kentucky. Any one of these producing very heavy rain, and that's going to be the favor, or what's favorable for these thunderstorms over the next few days because of all the moisture that's in the air. Here's that shower. I was tracking other Skycam. You can still see it showing up from the Horse Park into Masterson Station and then back down to around Keeneland and to the airport as well. We go toward the east a little. This is a little more of an intense thunderstorm because all of the lightning and heavy rain associated with it around Mount Sterling was pouring there a little while ago. Now it's shifted more toward the north and getting out to the east. You can see Sharpsburg just really getting heavy rain at this point. We move back into parts of Scott County along 62 there. This is now working its way into Harrison County, so they're going to get in on some of the heaviest rain. Our high-resolution model keeps the heavy little pockets of showers and thunderstorms alive. We're at 7 o'clock here this evening. They'll keep driving through the area, but eventually, you see, the overall coverage is starting to decrease by 11 o'clock tonight, and then it completely disappears overnight as well. And in some cases, it might go a little bit quicker than that, but overall, that's the latest information coming in from that model. It runs every hour and picks up what's going on with current conditions and what the actual radar looks like, so it gives a really good interpretation of it. As we move forward this week, we still have a risk to see heavy rain. The best opportunity looks like it's going to include Lexington to Frankfort, all the way out to Louisville and beyond, while we have more of a moderate risk showing up across parts of eastern Kentucky. The thing is, the flood risk will still be elevated for most of us due to the fact that we have been so saturated here recently. But the heaviest new rainfall looks like it's going to be in that zone. Now, we'll be adjusting that here in the coming days as we kind of go back and forth here and watch what happens with that pipeline of moisture, because the low that we're tracking along the Gulf Coast, it's kind of the reason we're getting a lot of this. It's a tricky little guy, and we'll have to watch it very closely here in the coming days. But you noticed today it got hot out there in between the showers and thunderstorms. That's going to be the case. We're still going to have the opportunity to get into the upper 80s, but then the rain comes and you get a lot of it at times.
We've had a lot of practice at this.
Yeah, it's easy by now. We know exactly what to do. Yeah. But the kids may not tomorrow, so be prepared for that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Mixing up some healthy ways to feed the kiddos after school. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at Healthy Way Lex today.
They specialize in serving up sensational shakes, herbal teas, even a shot of aloe.
Sounds tasty. Our Deanne Stevens is out and about with some healthy snacks for your children at Healthy Way Lex. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Healthy Way Lex, where I'm doing a little... Listen, it's a shot of aloe. It's actually very good for you, and that's what it's all about here at Healthy Way Lex. What do we get from that shot of aloe, Adam?
It's great for your digestive system. It helps with your metabolism. It keeps indigestion away. It's good for heartburn.
So I need a couple more?
Absolutely. I would take it every day.
Adam and Savannah are with us from Healthy Way Lex, and we decided to stop by here with kids, some of them back in school, some of them headed back to school in the next couple days. We want to feed them healthy too. It's not just about us at this point, right, Savannah?
Right.
So you guys are throwing together some healthy little shakes for the kids. What do we have in here?
This is a brownie batter. It is so good. All the kids love it. It's great after school snack. Before football practice, after football practice, it's great.
So what do we have in here?
There is sugar-free chocolate pudding, some sugar-free syrup, and then we have our protein mix.
And I've never operated a blender before, evidently. Okay, so we'll put a top on that and get that going for us if you'll throw that together. Adam, you guys offer also these fit camps. Tell us about those.
Every Tuesday at 6 at Southland Park, we have a free fit camp. Shelby runs those, and anybody can come out, kids, adults, anyone. We work out for an hour, and then you can all come back here and get your healthy shake.
Okay, Shelby, he said free. Now, that's key word for people listening going, a free workout where?
Yes, ma'am, at Southland Park, actually. The reason we do it for free is because we love it. You know, we don't do it for the money at all whatsoever. We want to encourage a healthier lifestyle for everyone. That's why we do it for free.
So do we come in and have our shot of aloe and our smoothie and our tea before or after the workout?
Well, really, we want to do it after because it's critical that you get this after your workout because there's a time period after your workout that you need to get this protein in your body.
Okay, Savannah's being sweet because she knows that's going to be loud. You can go ahead and mix it up. Adam, tell folks where you guys are located.
We're located at 460 Southland Drive, just across the street from Good Foods Co-op.
Okay, and now I got to end. I already had my healthy shot. Now I need my tea, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Come check out Healthy Way Lex on Southland Drive and make sure you include the kiddos in your healthy ways. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys. That's good.
I'm ready for one now.
It's a good way to sneak in all those healthy things for kiddos. They don't know what's in there. So.
All right, Dan liked it, so there you go. In entertainment news, Martha Stewart's dinner parties are about to get more funky.
And Pete's Dragon takes flight. Chris Martinez has your eye on entertainment.
The stars of Pete's Dragon walked the red carpet Monday for the film's world premiere in Hollywood.
I'm starved.
The film is loosely based on the 1977 Disney classic about a boy named Pete and his best friend Elliot the Dragon. The film, reimagined for 2016, stars Robert Redford, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Oaks Fegley as Pete.
We had worked on it for 4 months, so it was kind of sad to see it all leave.
Pete's Dragon flies into theaters nationwide Friday. Robert De Niro is about to drop some major star power on a film festival in Sarajevo. He'll attend the opening night of the 22nd Sarajevo Film Festival to present Martin Scorsese's restored film Taxi Driver.
So you're talking to me?
De Niro will also receive the festival's first Lifetime Achievement Award. And lifestyle icon Martha Stewart is getting her groove on in the kitchen.
I can't wait to get Snoop in the kitchen.
She's teaming up with hip-hop artist Snoop Dogg for a new cooking show on VH1 called Martha and Snoop's Dinner Party. The show premieres this fall, and Stewart's already learned a thing or two.
Our new show is Rizzle Dizzle for Shizzle.
That's your Eye on Entertainment. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
We will take you to Norway, where a teenager is taking a big leap. That's ahead on WKYT News at 4:30.
It's pretty uncomfortable outside, no way around it with this weather pattern.
Was Andrea saying awful?
Yes, that was her word. Just awful, she
Jim,
said.
would you agree with that assessment? Awful weather situation?
Why is everybody going to steal my words?
You agree?
Yeah, that's right on the money for sure because of the humidity. Just outside alone, if you're outside of any shower or thunderstorm, it is going to feel absolutely terrible. You get a little brief relief from the heat with a thunderstorm passing through, but the problem is any one of these, and they already have, can produce a tremendous amount of rain in a very short amount of time. So this is what we have to deal with the rest of the evening. They'll die out tonight, and then we do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow, a big day for the students as they head back to school, and you can see out those windows, I've got some storm clouds going, and I've got some lightning flashing as they'll likely run into that into the afternoon and evening. Tomorrow morning, when the kids are going out the door, 71 muggy degrees, and then tomorrow afternoon, into the upper 80s with thunderstorms rolling through the area. And of course, traffic will be kind of crazy at that point as well. Not so much today. Here's Officer Don with a check of that.
Well, outbound Harrodsburg at the Circle, they're just now clearing that collision that's been causing us some issues on Harrodsburg Road and South Broadway. Now we got a new crash that's outbound Nicholasville Road. This one just in front of Fayette Mall. It's impacting both directions on Nicholasville Road. A slow go there, and just had word of one on the north side, by the way, at Newtown and Andino. To Nicholasville, we're up to about 15 minutes. To Georgetown, 18, and to Richmond, 27. Now back to you in the studio.
A rare find, a doggy potty, and a daring somersault. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
A man in Idaho digging on his property came across a rare find when he discovered a mammoth tusk. Casey Keller was digging in a gravel pit near his shop when he found the tusk. He says at first he thought it was just a plastic pipe or maybe a piece of petrified wood, but after dusting it off, he saw that it was a bone about 3.5 feet long. Utah State University experts confirmed it was the tusk of a Columbian mammoth that at one time probably stood about 15 feet. Experts are carbon dating the tusk to get an accurate time frame of when that mammoth might have roamed North America. Now, Keller says he's considering loaning the tusk to museums for display.
Milwaukee's Mitchell International Airport now has a bathroom exclusively for man's best friend. The doggy bathroom, or service animal relief area, features fake grass on top of a flushing system, which allows water and cleaning agents to pass through. The site used to house a family restroom, but the U.S. Department of Transportation required that the area be built. And in case you were wondering, owners must still pick up after their dogs when their canine companions go number 2. But not to worry, there are sinks to wash up afterward. I know you were wondering that, so
yeah,
clear that up.
Yes, I will sleep better tonight. An 18-year-old in Norway, look at this, taking the leap of a lifetime. Jumping between the 2 horns of this goat-shaped landmark is a popular challenge. But the 18-year-old has taken it to a new level. In a daring move, the gymnast somersaults from one peak to the other. And while he has done the somersault trick thousands of times before, this was something new. He says that doing the jump gave him a rush, you think? But he dreaded seeing his mom afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Kids, do not try that at home,
The
please.
key is he's 18. Because, you know,
That's what 18.
at some time, age gives you some experience and wisdom on things, I hope.
But he was still afraid to go home to mom because mom will always still get mad at you there. All right, stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.